Hello everybody, welcome to the sound test room. Today we are taking a look at FL Studio Mobile. Just had an update, so it's got some new instruments and things, but it's got a slicer. I won't be looking at that. Not in tonight's video. This is basically a walkthrough, understanding how it works, and also a kind of a demo how you set up. I'll show you how to. You can change the skin color now, which is very nice. That's always a nice thing because you can set it to suit yourself. That's very easy to do. All you need to do is go up here to where there's a little fruity icon. Tap on that there, and then you can scroll around here where you can find your settings for your Midi and all the rest of it and things and what have you. And where it says user interface, you can go, you see I've got it set on deep purple. Here we can choose maybe a ground color or a mint color or a paper color, which is really bright and loud, but it might be something you might like, of course. And also we have the classic grey look, and we're going to stick the Fruity Loops version for FL Studio version, and we'll just stick with deep purples. I think the contrast is nice for the video. Anyway, that's the settings kind of thing. They're really self-explanatory. Fruity has tons of great sounds. It does not support AUV3 yet, so that may put some people off. However, you need to put yourself in the mindset of use what you've got and create something great, and then you can export anything else into another DAW if you want to. The thing I like to do with FL Studio Mobile is not to use anything else other than FL Studio Mobile stuff. So I don't record audio into it, although you can use inter-app audio, and it has been updated with this update for the latest Audio Bus SDK. So it works perfectly with Audio Bus as well. So if you want to record your AUV3s in there, etc., or your interapps and things, you can. First thing first, we're going to go here and we're going to create a new project. So we'll go to Song, and you can choose a couple of different templates. You can have, can you choose templates? I'm not sure. Anyway, that matters not. I'm just going to go new. Oh, yes, there you can set your templates. But I'm going to set empty, and I'm going to go continue. And we can call this, I'll just call this video demo, shall I? This is where we can name our song, video demo, and press OK. Set our time signature, our BPM. I think we'll set our BPM at 100 BPM. You can, of course, I think you can just, or maybe not, I don't know. Well, anyway, it's 100 BPM. And now all we need to, this is the page you will see. So all you need to know now is that this top one here, this is the master channel. And if we open this here, this is where you can add effects to the master channel. This is the channel strip. I will get into this in a moment. If you tap it again, like you said, you can see master volume. Panning. Okay, this is your mixer. The only thing there is the master channel. This is your keyboard, nothing in it to play yet. And then you can make it bigger like this and take it away completely if you wish and bring it back here. Let's add an instrument, shall we? So let's be logical and add some drums. It's not really anything like the desktop version, really. It doesn't do it nowhere near what that does, but you can apparently share projects between this and the desktop version. So that's handy if you're just into using mobiles. So like we've got to this blank project here and we'd like to add some sounds in. I guess we should just add some drums. So we press plus and it asks us what we want to add. Now, I don't know if you can actually see this, so I'm going to wait till I can see it on my screen. No, you can't. So let's see if we can just bring the light down enough for you to see what I put here. So when it says add, this might be a pain, mightn't it? But never mind. I will tell you what it says if you can't see it. Right, there you go. So you can basically see it says drum. This is what you can see. So you can add a channel here. So drums, instrument, audio clip effects track, audio record track, inter-app audio or audio bus. or one of the synths here, Super Saw, Direct Wave, Mini Synth, GMS, or Transistor Bass, or Slicer. Right, so we're just going to add drums. So we'll add some drums, and we get some files of the drums that are included. With thanks. Yeah, I'm glad it looks a bit better for you. It's very hard for me to see it now, but never mind. We have an 808, a 909, FL Basic, and we have some acoustic kits here. So we can choose any of these. If we choose, say, I don't know, let's stick with the 808. I really like the 808. Down here, you will see, you get some little... Now you can also, of course, play these on your MIDI keyboard. So I think I'd like that a little bit louder than it is. So all I'm going to do is tap on this. I will tap this first. Now if I tap on this again, or even if I close this, you'll see there's a drum track there, and it's kind of already created the MIDI clip for me, although there's nothing in it. I don't need to keep that clip. But before I do anything else, let's make this a little bit louder. I'll have to add one of the compressors to it. It's had a new compressor added. It's had a multi-band compressor added. But we can open this up here. And this is the channel strip for the drums. You see, so wherever you're selected on, you open a channel strip like this. And we can put plus. And this is where we can add anything here effects-wise. So we have levelers like multi-band compressor, a compressor, a leveler. Filters, miscellaneous effects here, and then some delays, so below, or inter-app audio, so you've got some echoes which are reverb too. I'm gonna go and add a compressor in like this, and maybe we can have a look at a couple of drum punch. There we go. There's some, some controls you can straight away. That's give it a bit of extra. You can see the compression as well. That's give it a bit of extra punch. So I'm actually really quite happy with that, but maybe we could add a tiny bit of reverb as well. So let's just add this reverb, and I think what I shall do is take the room size down and the mix and the decay. That's quite nice. So we've got quite a nice sound for our drums. So if we can double tap on the clip and we can get into the drums. And we can program in manually like this. So we could go, oops, I'm going to put that on the first one. And let's just go like this so I can see what's occurring. So we'll just go, actually we won't go far on the floor, will we? And I'll just put some hats in like this, and now yep, that will do it for now. So let's put a couple of these hats in here, and an open one here. So we've created quite the nice sequence, and if we hit our little BPM now, we can control the BPM from there. This is for control surfaces, like adding links to MIDI CC. And then we have our overall mixer for the drums. Okay, so we've got this little drum pattern here. If we tap on it, the clip, it gives us loads of options, and it even says more at the end. So you can do some more, which is mute, unmute, or show less. But you'll also notice these little drag handles. What's very cool about Loopy FL Studio Mobile is when you create a clip, you can use these drag handles to drag it out, and it will just basically copy the information for you. So I now have this over 2 bars. So if we Just rewind to the beginning, press play. And it will just automatically loop what's there. You don't need, there's no need to have any loop functions or anything like that. You can loop, of course. There is a loop option. You just hold in the timeline at the top, and wherever you hold, you can set a loop point, and then you see whatever you do, you can't. It will play from the loop points you actually set. But if you don't want that, you can just do that, and it will disappear. So you can set loop points for anyway. But if there is MIDI there. If there is MIDI there for it to read, it will just loop. Okay. So say for instance, if I drag this out again, if I go in now, double tap and edit this MIDI, it's going to edit it over even the dragged out length as well. We don't want that. So if we hit this here, what we want to do really now is copy this and then paste it to the next section. Now we can zoom in and out of, and we can also increase the depth like this as well. So first of all, I'm going to hold this and I'm going to go copy, and I'm just going to put my finger in hold. Okay, and you'll see it'll say paste. I'm going to paste it and I'm just going to grab it and move it back. And now this is a new version of this, which means that we can go in and edit the data in here. Okay, so and it is still there, by the way. If I play this, see all the info's still there. It's just that now we can edit. Now you see it jump back to the beginning. If we wanted to just play our new looped region, we do that, you see. Let's double tap on this as well, and let's add some more bits and pieces in. Well, okay, there's some, that might be nice. So I'm going to add some of these in here, maybe on the offbeat, like that. I'm going to show you some super cool stuff you can do now. And maybe put another couple of hats in here. So we've now slightly, we've changed this up. Okay, so bear with me just a sec, guys. Okay. Right. Now, one of the absolute brilliant things about FL, right, is the fact that we can make all sorts of cool adjustments to this drum kit now. And I'll show you how you do that as well. I'll also show you how to add a sample in as well. Or if you wanted to change out a particular sample, I'll show you how to do that. You see this little kind of, I'll just see, I wonder if there's any power left in my pen. I'll just have a look. There's a little icon here. You see it's like a little half moon. If we tap on this, we get lots of other options. So that like that, and we just go tap like that. Velocity, and it's dependent on the drum you have selected. This is very cool because it lets you do really fine detailed work on your pattern from in here. So at the moment we've got this. Well, let's mess around with the velocity. Let's maybe put another couple here and have it like this, look. So it gets slightly louder. Now, not only that, but we can say, okay, panning. Let's pan these, shall we? Or go to hi-hats. We'll go to the hi-hats that are really busy and we'll pan some of these. So you can see the actual lanes that have been used here. Let's pan these hi-hats. Cool. And you can also change the pitch. Now the pitch sounds really cool when you change it in FL. So That's really nice. Go to velocity. We can leave the velocity as it is. Let's go back to our little percussions here and go down again. We don't need to adjust the pitch for the percussion, although if we wanted to, we could. Oh yeah, by the way, you can add in your steps. Anyway, let's just pitch that one. And then now last one we have repeat, which is ratcheting. So now we've give our drum beat quite a lot of interest. And of course, none of that will have been applied to the first part. So if we okay, now here we have a choice of adding all this extra stuff. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 24 32. You can have 32 samples per drum kit. Okay, let's tap on the editor again and we go down to this bottom button. We hit plus here. Now we can see what we can add to the drums, and this is all stuff that's included with. So maybe we could go into special effects, say, and oh sorry, I must stop headbutting the microphone. There's loads of these you can play with. It might be, some of these might be part of the IAP. So say you wanted to add that, as soon as you've selected it, it's already been added. So now that's part of your drum kit. Of course, you can add ordinary drum sounds if you want, and whatever. It's pretty much up to you, but that's how you do it. You go into the drum editor and go down to where it says plus at the bottom, and then it's where you can add another up to 32 samples, or you can, you know, you can change them out if you want to. Say for instance we didn't like the sound of that cymbal or that cymbal. If we long hold and release, it'll say load sample, clone, delete, set MIDI key, fill every step, fill every second step, fill each 4 steps. This is just a quick way of putting stuff in. If we go load sample, we can go to the same thing. We could go maybe, I don't know, cymbals, and add that ride cymbal instead. So now that cymbal's been replaced with the ride cymbal. So that kind of thing. So I don't want to spend too much long. We've had a look how you can add your effects and stuff as well. So now we've got quite this nice little drum pattern going on just for fun. I'm going to go to this one, and now I am going to just draw this out to where it is now. Yeah. So we've got take that back. So this should be. Ooh. To be 8 bars. Okay. And if I wanted to make changes to what's in here, but at a later stage, then I will just literally duplicate this again and paste it further on, and then we could add more drums to it like we've just done. Okay, so let's add some instruments, shall we? So we'll add let's see, we've got our synths here. Let's add an instrument here. So we go instruments, and these are all our different instruments. We can choose from here. We've got my drum sets, my instruments, my record, my preset, my. So I'm going to go with my instrument. These are what's included. These aren't things I put in. These things that like I've got with the IAPs. So, oh, hang on a minute. What have I done here? I'm going to have to. Dickhead. Let me just do this. Let me go to here and go. I'll pick this little thing here and go replace, and I'll replace it with a sampler, and then we can choose a program. So this, like, we've got basses, let's go back. We've got keyboards, so I'll use this Morphine CP70. Close that. So now we can we'll add something. We'll add some bits in, but then we'll put some effects on it. I don't need that MIDI clip, so I'm going to delete it. When you create a track, it creates a MIDI clip for you. And actually, what I am going to do is I'm going to extend this by maybe 1 bar, 2 bars. I don't know. And I'm going to set my looping for this. So let me go on to this. I'm going to set my looping from here to where it ends. To there. And sorry, I keep it in the thing. Okay, that should be okay now. So we can go to our keyboard track. That's what I'm doing here, like a blinking idiot. Guys, I'm just gonna have to. I can't see anything, so I'm gonna have to just brighten it up just a sec to see where the hell I am. You won't see this now, right? God. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll darken it down now. You want to have my eyes? God. So this should loop perfectly all right now. Okay. So we're going to go back and I'm going to select my piano. So. So I'm just going to record something in, so it doesn't matter. So what's cool is you can just arm record, and as soon as you start to play, right, as soon as you start to play, it will start to record. Or you can just hit play and record and then come back round. Or like you can set countings as well. Well, I'm just going to hit, I pretty much remember how it's going to go. So I'm just going to arm record and, oh, here we go. Counting. I must have 3 count turned on, so right. So now all we need to do is make some adjustments to the piano sound. So let's have a mess around, shall we? We can change the sound. To the mixer. Sorry. Yeah, now you've got loads of control as well for your sample pitch, your fine tune. It's like this is a sampler, so you can play around with the sampler as much as you like. It's got a filter envelope, it's got a filter. We're going to add, let's add some nice reverb to this. So let's add a reverb 2 and see what that sounds like. Nice. Okay, so and then you could, you can carry on adding effects. If we wanted to, we could say, well, okay, I quite like that, but let's maybe add a tape delay and have it really quiet. So let's take it down in the mix and see what happens. Nice. Let's add a chorus. Now, another part of the new update is the fact that you now have a scaler. I'm not going to use this, but you can set your key, your key and your key on your keyboard and your MIDI controller, so you cannot play a wrong note. But I'm not going to do that now because I'm playing it. So, but there you go. You've got a scaler, and it'll turn into a blade keyboard as well, etc., etc. Maybe you can see that. You can choose however you wish this to behave, major, minor, other. So yeah, you've got tons of choice and also loads of different things. There's a good video that they did, so that's cool. Anyway, we want to be adding something else now. We maybe get to let's see, I don't need to go on much longer, I don't suppose. I just need to make sure that is that right? Is it? I think it is. I think that's about central. It's so hard for me to see when it's dark like this. I know it's better for you though. So okay, So let's add something else. Let's add in a... Oh, by the way, can always go to your, make your songs and just hit save, and it'll say keep saving. This is where you can also, it's saving it as a Fruity FL mobile project. When we hit save and it's FL, we can zip it up, send a MIDI wave, we can send a FLAC file, MP3. So let's just do this, and it's the same for okay. I'm going to override that. It's the same for like exporting. You can export in lots of different ways as well. So it's really it's easy to use, but there's some loads of really great sounds. So we're going to choose. I'm going to put my playhead. I'm going to choose some bass now. So maybe we've got like some instruments and drums, and we've got a transistor based synth, and there's a slicer now that slices up audio and stuff, bit like a what's it file? Can't remember the name now. Rex file. Okay, so what's direct wave? Oh, this is like, okay, so this is the thing. Oh, orchestral, maybe. Let's do some. Oh, I tell you what. Let's see if we've got our Varazadin orchestral expansion. It's got some really nice stuff in this as. I'm going to. It's got loads of great orchestral patches in, look, so. Nice. Of course, you adjust these with the instrument rack. Bass trombone, bass clarinet. Oh yeah. So we'll choose this. This is the piano roll where you can just add notes in and take them out, and it's actually really good, the piano roll in FL, but I prefer to. So let's just have a practice, see what's going on. I can remove the clip it automatically creates for us. I'll just jump in and record that. I can just hit record, and then anytime I jump in, it'll record it for me. And then we can make some adjustments. So doing stuff like that, let's get back to our main page. That's really nice. Now you'll notice that on this instrument here, some things happened because I was still in record and I was playing with the level. All automation is recorded. We don't need to worry about this though. We can delete that. So anything that you record, I did it the same for this as well. Look, you see, it's got loads of different, I've added all sorts of reverb effects and stuff. And all that adjustment that I was doing, that I didn't even remember recording was on, but it's all recorded and remembered, all them different things. But we don't need to keep all that stuff. We can just delete it, and then we're back to what we had. And what we can start to do is kind of arrange our stuff now if we wanted to. So we could say, well, okay, let's copy this first part here, long hold to paste. If you don't long hold, it'll ask you if you want to create a clip. If you just tap it like this, you see, and it'll go, oh, plus clip, and it's added a MIDI clip in there for you. But you know, it's entirely up to you. But now it'll just let's extend our looping. And that's a copy of our first drum pattern, and we can just drag it out as much as we like, you know, and we can start to build up our track again. So from here we could start adding different things. I mean, there's some absolutely lovely sounds, and if you play with the instruments properly in here, you know, with the light that you can see, it's really, really good. You've got tons of control. I tell you what, you'd be surprised how many people actually like FL Mobile because of coming from a desktop, and I might have just had an iPad. But hey, you know. So we could then further go and add another instrument if we wanted to. Let's add something. Alright, so let's set our loop pointer here and our loop pointer there. So we've got kind of like a new thing that we can have a mess around with. So alright, let's add instruments. So maybe we can add there's GMS, Super Saw, other instruments. Let's add GMS. Let's add some keyboard instruments maybe. So yeah, let's add that. So now I can close that. And I'm gonna have a look at the instrument. So this one, the GM synth, is really, really good. So you've got its own effects as well. So you can and all this, if you play it, you can automate it by hand, or you can just. I'll show you first. But let's do some look at the filters. And this is coming from its own effects, you see. So let's go back. Let's hit this. So maybe I needed to extend that to there. I'm thinking. But I'll just copy this long hold and paste, and drag that out to there. So maybe that will sound better. Let's see. Okay, let's see if we can record the automation, shall we? So let's just go. So it literally records everything, and you can go and have a look, and you can add in new points and stuff. Guys, thanks very much for joining me this evening, where we took a look at FL Studio Mobile and how to basically get started. Just delete that clip, and add instruments and stuff. And like I said, you can go in and change. If you don't want that sound, you go into the channel rack here where the instrument is, and then you can go in and either change the preset. So we could change it to this one. The automation will be remembered because we're not changing the automation, but the sound will be different. Okay, and then you've got, well, it's like a synth, you know, so you can go and change your voices, your LFO. We could change back to our organic one, maybe, or our FM2. You know, you experiment. You can do that on the fly, by the way. We could say, okay, well, don't like that. What's this one? And all the automation's still there. If you play with it for, honestly, if you play with it for a little while, you'll actually quite like it. It's good fun. And then again, just remember to save your song. Save your song. I'd just like to say also, don't forget. Oh, well, you don't know, do you? Because I haven't said. Tomorrow, I'm going to take this looping off now. So just and it's done. Tomorrow night, we'll be doing a getting started tutorial with the Sonicware Live and XFM synth hardware thing, but I know a lot of you are familiar with it, so it's quite the magical box of tricks. So that's what we'll be taking a look at tomorrow. Yes, indeed, should be good for that, good fun. Oh, let's change the color on this one. Is it because green's not my favorite? Channel settings, and we can adjust the colors here like this, and we can customize our colors for all our different tracks in the same way. Lots of cool stuff. I showed you how to change your, I've showed you basically everything you need to know to get going. It's not like the rocket science here or anything. It's quite the straightforward door, but it's quite powerful, especially if you just use the internal sounds. So there's so many of them and they're really good, and the effects are actually great. Anyway, brilliant, top job, cool beans. I will play this little thing, this little ditty thing we've done, and let it loop a couple of times. Not a great deal going on with that though, but it's more explaining how it works and kind of just trying to super quickly build up tracks and stuff. It's a little bit like Nano, how it works. It's quite good. Anyway, guys, I'll close the microphone. Thank you very much for joining me. Bless you all. And I will see you tomorrow where we will be taking a look at the Sonicware Live and XM8. And that will be a getting started for beginners tutorial or guide, if you like, too. Yeah, it's a tutorial for the hardware. Anyway, see you guys later. Ta-da. point out why that started again, right? What happens is that because you're working with a project, it thinks you want to keep looping it if you've got no loop point set. So for instance, like let's take record off there. Let's set a start and end for the loop, if you like, and then we'll just extend that so we get that full reverb tail at the end. So now you'll hear the reverb tail where it's supposed to end. We'll play it from back here anyway. In fact, it may actually carry on, and there's a way to fix that. It may actually jump back to the beginning. I'll show you how to fix that as well. So after this, I think it's going to jump back to the beginning, even though I've extended it, so I don't need the loop point really. I don't know how it's worked, but there is a way. If you don't, there is a way actually. If you don't want to use these kind of looping points at the end of your song, so we can kind of, if we find out where the loop is there, we can take it out completely. The best way to do this, especially when you're exporting a mix, and there is also options now which has just been added to this update to export the tail of the reverb and stuff like that. But the best way I found was just to, like, do you remember, like I said when I was saying, if you hold and it'll give you the option to paste the last thing that was pasted, which was these drums here, or we can hold and delete that. If you quickly tap, if you quickly tap, it'll just go clip. It'll say plus clip. So it's basically saying, yeah, clip. I'm going to add a clip. And you can drag that clip there. And what this will do is allow, and you can extend it if you want to cover any reverb tail you've got, although there is an option now to extend that. And now what will happen now, even though we haven't got our loop points, it will play this clip. Even though there's nothing in it. Whereas if I didn't have the clip there, if I deleted it and went back, it would jump back to the beginning because it thinks you want to carry on. Well, I don't know. It's just proven me to be a complete liar. No worries. But anyway, you can see that it's pretty cool and you can do lots of nice stuff with it. Guys, I'm definitely going to go right this second. See you guys tomorrow. Hopefully you can join in where we'll have some shenanigans with the Sonicware Live and XMF. Awesome stuff. See you guys later. Ta-da.